Bullhorn Betty crime stories. I hope you guys are doing well this Sunday. I was meaning to come over here about, I don't know, like an hour ago. I ended up taking a nap. I was tired. And now I'm waking up and realized I needed to go live. And so I'm going to be getting a shower after that. Look at that, man. That looks awful. It doesn't hurt as bad as it looks. It was all under the blister. So I really did a doozy on my hand. This one I haven't peeled back yet. And you guys saw how red that one was the other day. It's nice to see you guys again. This is Bullhorn Betty. This is the Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories channel. And we don't really have a whole lot to go through, but I am... Oh, good gracious, kid. Get my legs stretched out. This puppy loves to lay all over me. And my feet go to sleep. And now she's licking my toes. So we're going to go over a few things that we haven't done this in a while. And this is related to the Sebastian, Justice for Sebastian Rogers. The reason why we named the group. Hey, me and you, Kendra, it's nice to see you. Sorry I'm running a little bit late today. I decided to curl up with the pooch and we took a little nap. And now I look at the time and it's time for a shower and start to pipe down for the evening. I got 2 hours before I used to go to bed at like 8 and get up at 4. Now I go to bed more in the lines of 10 or 11, get up at 4 or 5. So my morning time hasn't changed much, but my I hate when that happens. Crystal, it's nice to see you. Shannon. Oh, Jules, it's nice to see you, my love. Amanda, Auntie, it's nice to see you as well. I gotta tell you, I don't know about you. Today's been Sunday, so like this morning I woke up and it's like, I want to eat something, right? And then I'm like, well, what am I gonna make? I got all this. What am I gonna have for like my meat? What am I gonna? And I'm just like, I got tomatoes. I got I made some potatoes, like little just fried potatoes, but I put too much salt on them, which I don't normally do. But for whatever reason, I hadn't made breakfast in a while. They tasted fine, but they were a little salty. And I'm like, well, I got to use these potatoes. They're over salty. What do I do? So I made this noodle dish. And what I did is I took my skillet, my cast iron skillet, and I cooked bacon in it and fried some bacon. And then I used that grease along with some olive oil and a little bit of butter and a couple tablespoons of white wine. And I cooked that down with some onions and some garlic. And then I had some tomato that if I didn't use the tomato, it was going to go bad. So I chopped up the tomato into some cubes, threw that in there, made it really colorful. I was going to put some pork in there just to give it a little bit more meat. But to be honest with you, the bacon tasted really good in there. I didn't crisp up the bacon too much. I just cooked the bacon. It did have a little bit of a crunch, but for the most part, it was just a piece of meat inside pasta. I took angel hair pasta and added about a half a cup of water in there, and it cooked down. And those potatoes that were over salted seasoned that whole skillet. It was delicious. It was actually pretty good. Actually, just finished it just a little bit ago. So anyways, we have been on the case of Sebastian Rogers, a 15-year-old boy that disappeared from his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee. We have come under attack yet again, right? Now there's like all these, everybody keeps reaching out to me about these screenshots. First of all, the majority of the screenshots being passed around are bunk. I couldn't even remember, honestly, if Tony had paid me in a Cash App, or I thought it was on through chat, the super chat, and I thought it was the super chat that he did for the steak, but everybody's blowing this whole steak out of proportion. First of all, you don't buy people to go harass people for $50. I don't know what trailer park trash idiot says, oh my God, he's paying her to do this. I don't work for $50, okay, first and foremost. And if I'm going to do something, which I would not do anything that's going to jeopardize my freedom, but if I was going to be paid for something, it better be a hell of a lot more than some stupid $50. I will tell you that right now. Okay? If for any reason I'm going to go out there and commit a crime and somebody's paying me to commit the crime, baby, it better be $5K or more. Okay? And even then, I might just take your $5K and run. Just saying. And it's like, I keep my Venmos private. Well, I'm on here, so everybody so they can literally manufacture anything they want on these receipts. And so I was talking to Tony. I'm like, what the hell is this? I thought you only gave me the $50 in there. I said, I don't remember you ever saying. He goes, no. He goes, I did. He goes, I don't even remember reading it. I don't even remember unless there's like a little statement there from somebody. I don't even, I probably hearted it or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember. I really don't. And people are like, oh my God, she's being paid. We're going to turn this over to law. That's a great use of law enforcement resource. A petty BS YouTube beef, right? And I'm sitting here like, and then Lisa B always is in here. And then there was another, one of our Lisas sent me a screenshot for $823. And I'm like, oh shit, I'd love to have a donation like that. Heck, I welcome it. Anybody want to throw $800 my way? I'm not going to stop you. Remember, we can still have some legal expenses to pay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is bullshit. I haven't gotten an $800 donation on this channel in like I don't know how long. Like, cut it out. Cut it out. If I'd be sitting up here saying, "Hey, look what I've done," what our beautiful subscriber has done. I'm just like, these people have no bounds. They're evil freaking people. They can't even fight with the truth. They have to manufacture and lie about anything to get the attention of their audience because they're just that stupid. And for their audience, dude, if you've got to pay for friendship, they ain't your friends. Okay? I hate to burst your bubble. All these channels, you look so cool and everybody's being a friend. Stop making those donations. I guarantee you go right in the back of the line. All right? I don't need people over here buying my attention or my friendship. We're here for a common goal. It's a missing or a deceased person. That's what we do over here. Okay? You don't need to. If you want to support, you support. But don't be buying your friendship over here. It won't work. I'm just saying. If I send you a steak, you can collect my child support. Can you collect my child support? If you want to send me steak money, I'll go collect your child support. I got a bullhorn. Just let me know what house I need to aim it at. These people are reaching. It's just crazy. And it's not like this one. Like they've manufactured. They keep manufacturing stuff and they keep lying. It's like, at what point do you realize that you are like making up stuff to change people's mind? Like you've got to lie because the truth would never get you there. So you manufacture and make up lies. This is their MO, and I keep telling you this. This is what they keep doing. Right? If they have no news, they just make it up. Right? And when you find out who everybody's talking to, it's one person that loves to manufacture news. So he's taught all these people this horrible process, and now I'm sitting here talking to people about donations to my channel. No, and even if the guy gave me $50, do you honestly think $50 is a payment to stalk somebody? There's got to be more there. There's got to be conversations. There's got to be text messages. There's got to be coordination, dude. Not just because you have this fucked up thing in your head where you say, oh my God, he bought her to harass them. $50? Like, what gutter trash are you? Like, just go sit down, okay? Go sit down. And if that's really what you guys consider evidence, this is probably why you guys don't believe anybody's guilty. Except, we all see how felons, and these people are. Most of these people are felons. And then I was sitting there talking because, last night, Justin For All was on a panel and is like, oh my gosh, well, the only reason I didn't like you is because how you guys treated Trev Time. And I kept trying to tell Justin, Trev Time is not the same that he was when he was on the Summer Wells case. Ever since he got with Chloe, he's changed. Because you've never heard this man be disrespectful. I have never seen Trev Time be disrespectful to anybody but Seth. And even when he was told to back off, he wanted to come at Seth like a cougar. That is not the Trev Time we used to know. And you know what? It really upsets me because, Justin For All, always about the, I'm a loyal friend. Well, he worked next to me. He rode in cars with me. Him and I have had personal conversation. He personally knows me. I I don't know how many times he's done that with Trev Time, but I guarantee it probably wasn't near as many times as he has met me personally and has worked with me personally. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously he wasn't a very loyal friend to me when I was trying to explain to him what Trevor was doing. And still doing, by the way. This professional, oh my gosh, he's such a sweet guy. Well, sweet guys don't act the way he's acting, okay? They're not constantly always poking something. Every time there's anything, even the news, you see Trev Time's BS, childish comment attached to it. And I told Trev Time at this time, I said, you're going to ruin your reputation over these people. And then we find out Chloe is too busy vetting the volunteers. Why does she need to vet volunteers? Did anybody ask you? You've got a 3-time felon that they're working with, but they're vetting volunteers? You see what I'm saying? This was the way they were wasting time and resources on crap that had nothing to do with Sebastian's case or getting more and more people out there to help search. They were throwing monkey wrenches every time you turned around. And to hear somebody say that they're mad at Seth and Tony because of it clearly did not know what they were talking about, because I guarantee if they saw how Trev Time behaved behind those scenes that they didn't see, they would have been appalled by his behavior, much like I was. Much like I was. And when I saw people not understanding what was really going on and siding with him, it made me very upset, because these are people that I always thought would do their due diligence before they opened their pie hole. But as we're learning, that's not the case here on YouTube. Just like last night. Some stupid creator decides to scream fire without doing her due diligence, but it really was for attention, right? And then another creator, Fat Mouth from Canada, I've never talked about that lady. Don't talk about that lady. Could care less about that lady. The lady is insignificant to me. And she's like, she's telling Tony, well, I'm sure you've heard about me. No, he hasn't. Not from this chick, because you're nothing to me, right? I don't even think of her. Up until last night, I forgot about freaking Fat Mouth from Canada. You know, I out of sight, out of mind. Didn't even think she was an issue. Of course, she wants receipts, you know. Where's all those receipts for Summer Wells? Crazy lady from Canada. Where are all the receipts? Where did every penny you spend your proceeds from Summer Wells? I want an accounting. I mean, all you got to do is go over to YouTube, go into your studio, and screenshot the last 2 years of your accounting and send those to me. It should be easy to you know, settle and everything like that. So I'm sure you don't mind just going ahead and doing that for me. Since it's so easy. And if you're not going to be willing to do that, don't be asking anybody else for their financial receipts. I will tell you that. But again, she's absolutely insignificant to me. I don't talk about her. As a matter of fact, I don't talk about anybody. Until somebody gets under my skin and makes me come live here, I don't talk about people behind their backs. I don't talk about, go over there and say, oh, well, this person's this, you know, to people's ears. I don't do that. It's kind of funny that they have to resort to that. See, I don't. And so this I just thought it was really, but I thought, you know, if you haven't seen it, I thought Tony kept his cool. He shouldn't have been on there for 4 hours. You know, he's a spokesperson. He can do what he wants. He's a grown boy, but I wouldn't have given them the time of the day, because no, that's the whole reason why they were lying up there to begin with. They had nothing better to talk about. They needed a click and a view, and they decided to ruffle some feathers to get somebody to bite so they could have some content. That is everything I despise about the streets of YouTube. I literally could pull something out of my butt and create content on it. Some people are not that gifted, okay? I could literally, if I wanted to, I bet you I could do a whole entire live on braids. I bet you if push comes to shove, I could do an entire live. I am the Seinfeld of YouTube. I bet you I could talk about glasses, right? I bet you I could make an hour show about reading glasses. Raise your hand if you think I got the gift. I'm just saying, right? Some people ain't got it like that, right? Some people ain't got it like that. Come to Tennessee. Craddock is waiting for you. I hope he is, because you guys are so full of shit. You're like, oh, you actually have to commit a crime to be arrested. They're actually, remember, Chris and Katie aren't in jail right now. Why? Because there's no evidence, right? Not that they didn't do it. Okay? Let me tell you, I would not get an arrest warrant because, one, I didn't do anything. And you literally have to commit a crime and have evidence of the crime you committed to get handcuffs, dum-dum. I don't know where if it was so easy just to say, oh, this person did that, it's time for them to go to jail. Well, by God, I'd have Chris and Katie in jail right now, wouldn't I? And you call me the nut job? At least I got some damn brain cells. Go smoke another one, dum-dum. Good gracious. You can't fix stupid. Some people are just too stupid to help. I would say go to school, but, the public school system's crap this day and age. There is a creator who is asking why there is a fundraiser for an animal rescue as opposed to a reward being offered to find Sebastian. I'm appalled at this. Sebastian loved animals. Why the motive? Exactly. And not only that, but there was a $3,500 reward fund. And apparently, I still thought it was going on. I don't know if it is or not, but apparently it's law enforcement that doesn't want the reward fund. Apparently it'd make their life too crazy. And not only that, nothing is stopping these yahoos out here on these streets from creating a reward fund for Sebastian instead of bitching about it. Right? But they want to have control over another person when they didn't even contribute to it. Listen, if I contribute to a GoFundMe or anything else like that, I don't put strings on my money. And I doubt that anybody that is donating to those causes actually puts strings on their money. It's these people that refuse to even participate that put strings on money that they didn't even help collect or donate to. They are freaking idiots. And the people that support them in this total idiocy of blah, 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 are just as stupid and idiotic, in my opinion. If I offend you, you probably don't belong here on the Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories channel. I offend a lot. If you can't handle the heat, get the heck out of the kitchen. Just saying, because it's hot up in here. And if you're offended by anything that comes out of my mouth, that means you probably are part of the problem. Because I can tell you, my regular audience, when I'm screaming in here or saying something, they ain't getting sideways. Why? Because they know I ain't talking about them. But the ones that are bald butt hurt, yeah, I'm talking to you. Sure am. And if that's offensive, well, guess what? I'm talking to you again. If you're that offended, this is not the channel for you. Okay? We do adult over here. We know how to attack the issues, not necessarily the people. However, I stick up for myself, and if that's offensive to some, oh well. Cry me a river, build me a bridge, and get you know what over it. CP and KP fought the reward fund and the Yeah, they have. They fought everything, but everybody has freaking dementia and amnesia, because they just want a selective outrage. It's like, listen, the man did not lose his kid. Why aren't you demanding Katie and Chris? Where the hell's the reward fund for the people that have $1 million worth of assets? Instead of a man that's renting an apartment. These people are jokers. Like, if you're out here in the real world, we're laughing at them. You know why I haven't talked about you fat lips from Canada? You want to know why? Because you do nothing. You are an absolute nobody that thinks they're somebody. Okay? Like I said, there's a lot of uneducated people with an opinion and a microphone on YouTube. It doesn't make them right. It doesn't make them act like they know anything. These people are idiots. I want to know who in my chat thinks it's okay to try to tell a stranger they've never met what they can and cannot do. To me, that goes outside of the bounds of normal civility. You know these people nothing. They owe you literally nothing. They know you from squat on the wall. they can and can't do. Oh, and you better show me your receipt. Who are you? Just, who are you? That is just, they would be so offended if the shoe was on the other foot. Because I'm demanding Fat Lips from Canada to show me her financials for the last 2 years. Since she demands them from everybody else, where's hers? Where's the crazy lady that's always with the effery? Huh? Just saying. Those channels need to be shut down. We ain't trying to shut down channels. We're just trying to correct the bad behavior, right? If you're not willing to do it, then don't demand it upon somebody else. Just like when Chloe was researching people's past to volunteer. Who gives a rat's ass? You're working with a 3-time felon that likes to womanize. And he ain't even off his ass out there helping. So the people that are out there helping, why are you giving them the 5th degree? Because she's a freaking idiot. She's a freaking idiot. That's why. Only stupid idiots do stupid crap like that. There is no background check with volunteer work, lady, especially when you're looking for a 15-year-old boy. It's all hands on deck. People are ignorant and stupid. And if that offends you, then I'm probably talking to you. So that's kind of where we were today. Just thought I'd let you know. It's been an No, I'm just joking. Actually, to be honest with you, I just figured I'd give my 2 cents on all of that. But I did think Tony did himself as well as their team very well, because with all those loudmouth little buttholes, he kept his stuff calm, cool, and collective. And you know what? I told Seth whenever he was on there and I started seeing that creator coming over here, I'm like, something's wrong. And I kept it to myself. And then I was asked, what do you think? I'm like, look, I don't know her that well. I can tell you she's not a BHB fan. She probably will talk trash. And if she's that kind of girl, then she'll probably flip the switch on you. That's exactly what I said. And I just said that maybe 30 or 45 days ago or something. But I don't try to control or stop somebody from doing what they're going to do. I was asked, I gave my opinion, and I didn't know the person, but I can just gauge that most people on here aren't here to help the victim. They just aren't. They're there to help themselves. Because if they weren't, then why? If a parent, like if somebody came up to me tomorrow and said, hey, I really don't want you covering this case, and came to me, like Seth went to several of these people, I'd have been like, okay, is there a reason why? And if they explained it, well, do you mind if I do this? I'd go through it. And they're like, hey, no, I don't want you to touch it. It's very upsetting to me. I don't want you touching it at all. I'd be like, okay, God bless you, right? And I'd move on. I wouldn't then turn and start attacking that innocent parent because of that. I would move on. I'd find something else to talk about. I'd find another case to move on to if it upset the parents that much. So if you get that kind of call and they flip out on the parent, what is that telling you? It's telling you that they're there for themselves. That's what it tells you. Because if they were there for the victim and the victim's family was having some major problems, then they would just back off. But here, that's not what you're getting. You're getting people attacking Seth because he's asking them to back off because they're covering his case wrong. They're not respecting him or his son. And then they want to say, oh, well, I'm doing it. I do care for Sebastian. Really? By attacking his innocent father. Over something that happened 8 years ago? That's what you call investigative reporting. Creating bunk criminal history on his spokesperson and manufacturing a disgusting video. That's what you call helping a 15-year-old boy, right? But meanwhile, you don't do that shit to Katie or Chris. You just save it for Seth. The only person looking for this boy that doesn't want anything to do with y'all's butts because of the way you acted, the way you, this is not professionalism. I have never seen professionalism attack their prior client. That's not professional to me. We've all been fired from jobs. When have we turned around and took 6 months to bash our job over the head and just not let go? Seems like really unstable behavior, if you ask me, from a bunch of people that try to proclaim themselves as professional. And then to hear somebody go up there and say, well, you know, I really didn't like you because of the situation. You don't know what that situation was. You didn't bother getting both sides of the story, so don't tell me you do your due diligence. You went with one side and one side only, and I chose to look at the whole entire picture, and people got pissed off at me. Oh, well, I will never, ever talk good about Trev Time again on this channel. And just like I said, and we will watch it happen in living color, his entire reputation go down the stinking drain. Nobody will ever take him seriously. Nobody will ever want to work with him again because they see this poor behavior. And people don't know, hey, you know what, maybe, what if it doesn't work out between us? What do I have to look forward to? Well, you have this. You have being trashed for 5 solid months if you don't do exactly what these unprofessional people tell you to do. That's what's going to end up happening to you. They will go after you with every bit of vitriol that they have. Wonder if you saw the question from earlier where there's a python, because I have been watching this python capture here in Florida, the legal python catcher, and the python can consume, yeah. They have to be a pretty big python to consume a body. But yeah, alligators can too. But you know what? I think we need to really look at Dee Warner's case. This was a case out in the country. This was kind of a backdrop of what, you know, potentially could be a reasonable, realistic possibility. You know, that whatever tank, and it comes down to the stuff that I was talking about related to, you know, the large items, things that wouldn't look abnormal driving with, something like that type of tank out there in the country. You know, I went out in the backyard. You guys know I heaved and hoed. I got blisters. I got scratches and blisters and stuff. Look at the owie. I got it all to prove it. Okay, I was out there, and guess what? When I was out there weed eating, well, we can change it. Hold on. Let me get over here. We have unstable people on the streets of YouTube. They can't control them. They think it's funny, but they don't realize they're messed up in the head, and the rest of us actually know just how messed up in the head they are. But they will never admit it. They think that we are, this is just YouTube banter back and forth. They don't realize they're really not wanted, and how unstable they truly are. And they'll literally sit here all day just to say one stupid comment. I mean, it's literally totally unhinged and totally unstable. And then they try to say that I'm the one that's unhinged and unstable. Talk about deflecting much. Alright, let me get over here. Don't forget to go out there and like this. Sub up if you haven't already subbed up. Looks like we'll have to put this on fine. I mean, I really don't care. People are gonna, that's what they can't stand, is no matter what they do, people still tune in and watch because nobody listens to their ghetto ass crap. Like, seriously, these people are so unhinged and so ghetto. We don't hang out with trash on this channel. So go back to the trailer park. For those that live in the nice trailer parks, I ain't talking to you. For those that live in the trashy trailer parks, I'm only talking to you if you're trashy. So, just FYI, I thought I'd throw that out there. Want to make sure we've established the parameters here, okay? Oh, good gracious, good gracious. What are you doing? You don't even have your head this way. You got your butt this way. What are you doing under there? Do you like being under covers and with your eyes open and stuff? I don't know what you want. She's so cute. This is why I stay in the bed right here. This is why I stay in the bed right there. See? She's just so comfy here. When I'm out there, she bouncies all over me from like when on the couch. She tries to jump up on the couch. She's getting so big. I think she's going to get the couch. I think she almost had it the other day. She kind of went from she went out a little further and did kind of a run and leap thing, and she almost got it. She almost got it. So, yeah, we should be. I just put my troll away button on. You know, that's the 5 days. You gotta be, but I feel bad because all the people that are here that are new to this channel that want to comment now have to wait 5 days because of these stupid trolls. Just bear with it. I promise you it gets better. But once you're 3 or 5 days, you never have to worry about it again. And you guys will appreciate it because we all get sick of these stupid idiots. Like, they can't stay. They've just got, they're so starved for attention. They will literally do anything for attention. Like, I don't want to be that desperate. Like, you know, and the only reason I come on here as much is so that all my people, if you guys are lonely, you get to see me. Hey, Betty, is that a pregnancy test? Yes, it's a girl. It's a girl. You want to see her? There's my pregnancy test right there. She's a beautiful little girl, little chihuahua. A little chihuahua. I love you. I love you, sweet girl. Me and her are inseparable. We go everywhere together. We go everywhere together. Except she's got to go. I think she's going to go to my best friend's house this trip. I looked at the date and I'm like, shit, I'm leaving in a few days, right? But I think she's going over to my BFF's because my best friend's going to have her brother. And she came home with her brother, so she kind of wants to reunite the pups. And so I said, yeah, it's not a problem. I'll be gone a few more days than expected, but I know she'll have a great time because she always has a great time. But this is the first time she's going over there after, what are you, you're pulling on your blanket. You know you're going to catapult my camera, right? What are you chewing on? Huh, pretty girl? There's something under here? Oh, there is. Look at that. Is that what you were looking for? Is that what you were looking for? All right. I couldn't see what she was fighting with something. I'm like, man, she's gonna take this camera down. She's so cute. She's just too cute. Come on, guys. Look at that. Don't start licking your crotch. I'm talking about how cute you are. You're cutie patootie. Cutie patootie. Hey. What are you looking at, punk? What are you looking at, punk? All right, we're done playing with you. We're done playing with you. Don't knock my camera over. All right, we're done playing. So I figured I'd come here and talk about that. Don't forget, guys, we are having a vigil. Did I burn it? Oh, it's because of that. Okay. We are having a vigil in Clarksville, Tennessee, and then even though Tony and Seth are not a part of this gathering of voices, we're doing a gathering of voices in front of Sumner County Sheriff, where we're going to have cake and drinks and stuff like that. I'm bringing the big cooler. I just got to fill those up. I haven't ordered the cake yet, but I think I'm just going to do a standard cake with some green trim on it that just says, you know, Sebastian's Army or Sebastian Strong or something like that. It's just going to be like a quarter, you know, cake sheet. You guys know how it goes. And I think that's going to be enough to feed, you know, at least 10, 20 people with cake. And of course, we'll have plenty of water and soda and whatever people may want while they're out there. It's going to be, we're going to be gathering. We're going to be, you know, praying. We're going to be chanting. We're going to have our signs. We're going to, you know, we want justice. If you see something, say something. There's stuff that we're getting together over and above that. So I hope that anybody that wants to participate and wants to come out and show love and support, to please show love and support. I really believe that we need to be at that Sumner County Sheriff. We need to let them see how many people care about Sebastian. I don't anticipate it being a huge crowd on a Monday morning, but I would love it to be as big as it can possibly be, you know, in honor of Sebastian. I just, you know, this is the 6-month milestone, and I just feel like law enforcement, it's always hard, you know. I just don't feel like law enforcement cares like his dad does. I don't feel like law enforcement cares like we do. I feel like, you know, with all the stuff going around, and it could be a lot of misinformation about the tightness that the Proudfoots and the Bowerstocks have with local law enforcement, as well as other law enforcement that are on here, could very well be just rumors. But at the end of the day, it's very uncomfortable for us as the public. But can you imagine being the father, the biological father of this child, and hearing those things, and law enforcement not settling your concerns and your fear? I mean, I can't imagine what it's got to be like on a daily for Seth. You know, I really don't. And while Tony and I talk, you know, regularly about Sebastian's case, mapping, you know, some of the stuff that I receive in my emails, and, you know, stuff that I receive on the channel about Sebastian that I think is important that they may want to look into. You know, other than that, it's like we stay focused from the beginning. We've stayed focused on Sebastian and keeping it about Sebastian, not these stupid creators, not anything else. Our daily communication is all about, you know, how we can move this case forward. What can we do to help locate, you know, a path forward, something to look at. You know, at the end of the day, it's a needle in a haystack, and we are trying to find locations. And then we hear this stuff about Dee Warner and how close she really was, and how she was contained, and how she was hidden. And it starts getting our gears turning. You know? It starts getting our gears turning about what happened. I mean, the good news is that there is a limited time from the time that they were spotted. We know we have a you know, validation that he was alive at 6:30 Sunday evening. Okay, so at least we know at this point this is not something that happened days or weeks before he was reported missing. We've got eyes on Sebastian Rogers. So the actual window of opportunity for anything to transpire is so small, right? From 6:30 the night before to 6 a.m. that night, that is where everything happened. Because we know that he was seen at 6:30, and he wasn't seen again at 6 in the morning the next day. So we have about a 12-hour window. That's it. You know, with the West Boys, we come to find out we had a, you know, what was it, 3-month window? From the time that they believe those boys were unalive to the time that they were reported missing, like 3 or 4 months. This is not the case for Sebastian Rogers. The window is so small that it's hard not to know exactly who was in and around him in that 12-hour window. It's really simple. There was less than 10 people. Less than 10 people around this boy. Less than 10 people. In an investigation where you could potentially have hundreds of people, to only have 10 people to really look at and dive into, and that's at a major amount. Like, there's like total of 10 people to really look into when it comes to Sebastian Rogers' case. We know where Seth was. He's out. Whether law enforcement says he's out or not, I don't care. He's out. He has a rock solid alibi. Okay? His teachers. I don't think his teachers would have wanted harm to come to him. The limited of friends that he talks to and communicates with, I don't think harm's way they want to come to them. The cousins, the aunts, listen to this. Aunt Melissa is on her Facebook on the 27th. This is about 4 hours after, 3 to 4 hours after the Amber Alert was issued for Sebastian. And she's saying, oh my gosh, we have been out in the woods searching for him since 6:30 this morning. Please keep a lookout for him. We fear that he might have gotten into the back seat of a car to sleep and woke up in some place he didn't recognize. Okay, Aunt Melissa. But my problem is that even Aunt Melissa was lying in that statement, because we know for a fact no one, and I mean no one, in their family has bothered coming out to look for Sebastian Rogers. Why has all these family members been putting these posts out in and around the time that he was missing, proclaiming that they were looking for this boy when they were not? It seems awfully fishy that they all did the same exact thing. Kathy and Terry make a post as they're going out of town, right? Their grandson's missing, but hey, we got better things to do. But y'all get out there and look for our grandson. We'll be back in a week or two. We got Aunt Melissa on the 27th posting about how they've been out looking for their... Where, Aunt Melissa? Where were you? Nobody saw you. What area did you search for your nephew? Did you bring your kids? Or did you just go out there willy-nilly searching by yourself in an undisclosed place that nobody saw you? And then you get to Chris and Katie. Can't even pull them out of their house except for them to run away to a completely different state 3 hours away. People want to know why I cover this case. It's because it seems so obvious to me what happened. It seems so obvious to me what truly happened. Now, what methods? I don't know. Where they put them? I don't know. But as far as having a feeling of what happened, I got that. I absolutely got that. I believe his mom did something to him. I believe Chris put him somewhere. I believe Chris is so proud of his handy-dandy work of disappearing a kid for forever that he's ecstatic that they're going to be talking about his wet work for years to come, according to him. They're going to be studying this case for years to come, right? He's so proud of himself, his wet work. Sebastian needs to be found because Chris and Katie need to be held accountable for what happened to him. If you have any idea where Chris and Katie were between February 25th and March 2nd, please reach out to 1-800-TBI-FIND. Again, this is for Chris and Katie. If you guys saw them anywhere, if there are people here that live in that area from Mississippi to Hendersonville, right? If you're on the I-4 corridor and you work at, say, the Speedway or a gas station or somewhere around that I-40 corridor or one of those other corridors that he could have gotten back and forth from Henderson to Mississippi, please ask your store managers. Please ask your, the officers that do the theft stuff. I always forget the name. I think of it here and I think of it there, but every time I need to think of it now, I can't recall thinking of it. I can't spit it out. So, those type loss prevention. That's it. Loss prevention people. If you're anywhere, go call out to your loss prevention people. We're looking for February 25th to March 2nd. If you see Chris Proudfoot, Katie Proudfoot, Sebastian Rogers on any of those cameras, please reach out to 1-800-TBI-FIND. I think the reason why law enforcement doesn't want this reward fund is because I truly believe they have an idea, just like many of us, as to what happened, and they don't need to throw any more monkey wrenches into this case than have already been thrown in there, especially from this horrible, unprofessional team of crackpots. CP and KP, come clean, especially Katie. The Bowersocks are not going to stick up for you. I want to see Terry and Kathy arrested for obstruction. I want to see them arrested for obstruction because I truly believe that's what they've done. I believe they've absolutely lied to law enforcement. I think all of them have. And we know that they're not opposed to doing it because we see that they're willing to lie under oath. So, you know, there is that. Aw, thank you, Lori. All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to come over and say hi on this channel. It's nice to see you guys. We are getting on this channel. We're going to try to do daily lives like we were doing before. It's just that we had a lot of stuff, and then now I've got to go to Tennessee for the vigil as well as the gathering of voices. And lastly, after this Tennessee trip, we won't be really going anywhere unless it's fairly close. We won't be going anywhere for about 6 months while we let Delilah grow up a little bit so she can travel with, and then we'll be on the road. I'm hoping in 6 months, well, I'll keep that under wraps. I've got another thing that I'm working toward that I'm hoping that within 6 months we will obtain and acquire. But I don't want to jinx myself. So I'm not ready to tell you guys the exciting news for a little bit. So anyways, I will see you guys soon. I hope all of those people that can come to the vigil in Clarksville, please come out. I'd love to see you. I'd love to meet you. And I would love to thank you for being such a great support system, not only for Sebastian and Seth, but also for Tony as well and myself. You know, it's been hard. Hi, honey. Am I ignoring you? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I guess she loves mommy. Aww, you love mommy. You miss mommy. Aww. Okay, I'm done French kissing my damn dog. Are you having fun? Yeah? You having fun? I'm having fun with my mommy. She needs to get off here so she can play with me. I'm tired of listening to her talk. She needs to play with me. She is adorable. I tell you what, everybody, you know, this, I don't know what I was quite expecting with a puppy, but I wasn't expecting this. You know, I was expecting it to be a hot mess express. I was expecting myself to be very frustrated and contributing more to the frustration, but it's nothing like that. She is such a good little girl, you know. She's a puppy, so she does puppy things. Like occasionally I'll see her with something she probably shouldn't have, but for the most part, her and I just chill, you know. We're always together. I've been making her go out and play by herself. So like yesterday she played, well, when I was doing the yard work, she was in the house and she kept herself occupied. Yesterday, she kept herself occupied for, I don't know, a good 2 hours out there in the living room. And when I went out there, you know, I mean, outside of a little piece of paper here or there that I would rather her not tear up on the floor, she did a great job. She did a great job. And then earlier today, she was out there and she was playing and playing and playing and playing and running all over the house, and she just enjoyed herself. After 2 hours, I went out there and got her, but for the most part, she did amazing. She didn't take anything that she shouldn't have had. Well, I shouldn't say that. I have these microfiber things for my hair when I wash my hair, and it apparently fell down in the bathroom, so she got that and dragged that into the living room. So that's really, but I mean, it's for, she couldn't do any damage to it. But she's just too sweet. She really is. She is the apple of mommy's eye, and she doesn't do anything wrong. And she's just got this. And she went to Walmart yesterday. She went to Walmart yesterday, and she did good. She did so good in Walmart. She didn't cry. She enjoyed it. She picked out her own treats. She was so happy. She was so happy. So it's been definitely, I'm very pleased. She's a sweetheart, and she makes me laugh. She really does. So And as far as potty training, she's really, really good. I mean, you know, she's a puppy. She's got a smaller bladder than the big dogs, but she holds it throughout the night. And if she doesn't let me know she needs to go out, she uses the potty pads. It's like, and then, you know, it's very easy to clean up after her. She's just a sweet girl. She's a sweet girl. That's all I gotta say. She's a sweet girl. She's a sweet girl. And we do have some treats and toys and little cute little outfits on the wish list for her. I went and updated the wish list. So if you guys would like to get her in a little dress, I put some cute little dresses up there on the wish list. All right, guys, I love you. God bless you, and we will see you soon. Don't forget, we'll be on the regular channel, I don't know, in a few hours. So don't forget to be back over on the, I only do like one show on this particular channel a day. So anyways, all right, guys, I love you. God bless.